Welcome to another episode of Piping Up. Today we are here at Patrick J. Murphy and Associates. We're here at their shop where they repair and restore organs for churches around in the United States. Here we will see how they repair organs and restore them so that way they are in full working condition for any church that requires their needs and assistance. So let's go inside and listen to Patrick Murphy as he explains how they repair organs in their wonderful shop. So thank you for joining us on today's program, and welcome to Patrick J. Murphy and Associates. Well, welcome inside to Patrick J. Murphy and Associates. We've just walked inside, and Patrick Murphy's here with us today. He's the owner of the establishment, and he's going to take us on a tour. But thank you so much for having us today.
Our pleasure.
It's different for us. We've never actually been inside of a place that restores organs. We've been to Walker, which they build organs, but mainly digital organs. So we saw a little bit of how they voice their sound through speakers. But you guys do everything from wind chests to pipes. You do complete restorations from gutting organs to starting fresh and making them brand new, basically, from what was the original intent from them. So what do you guys mainly do here? Like, besides just like, this is mainly everything is done here at this one location. Like everything.
That's correct.
Yeah.
We do everything at this one location. We do new instruments, as you say, restorations and rebuildings. There is a difference between rebuilding and restoration. We also do additions and service and tuning. We've been at this location now since 1989. So for quite a while. I've been in business since 1987. So January will be 38 years I've been in business. And but we do a complete service. Everything is made and assembled here at our shop here. We're a company of approximately 9 people, all full-time. And we service pretty much a very broad region. Service-wise, for tuning and maintenance, we serve pretty much anywhere east of the Mississippi. As far as projects are concerned, whether the new instruments or rebuilds or, I should say, restorations, we go anywhere that a client requests. We have now instruments in 7 states and the Caribbean. We've done projects, so we're spread out pretty broadly.
Yeah. And on the pipe organ database, I've seen a lot of organs that are original, but then you guys stepped in and helped, and now they're named after you guys, which is fun to see because you get to see kind of where things have been, where you guys have left your mark in a sense. But it's also nice to see that, especially for being a smaller business, that people trust you as a business to help keep organs in their best state, which is something that's really great because you don't see that too much anymore. Emery Brothers is another one in sort of in the local area, but it's funny because I don't hear too much about them. I hear a lot about Patrick J. Murphy, but not too much about them. So what do you guys do? So you said you have 9 people here.
Right. Remember, we deal only with pipe organs.
Right.
We don't deal with digital organs. We will be very clear about that.
Yeah.
We deal with all things pipe.
Right.
So we build and restore, as I've said. So what we're going to go through is the shop right now. So you're going to see as many as 3 projects underway at the same time. You're going to see a restoration of an 1898 Hook and Hastings organ for a client in Philadelphia, a 10-rank instrument, a mechanical action organ. You're going to see a new organ, which we're building for a client in Houston, Texas. That'll be under construction. And you also are going to see repairs that we're doing for a church in Hainesport, New Jersey, and part of our service department. So the shop is essentially split into 2 sides. We have the build side and we have the tech side. So the tech side handles all service work, all rebuilding work, things like that. The wood shop side handles new instruments, and we build consoles, we build casework, we build wind chests. We don't make pipes here, but all new pipes are designed and scaled here in the shop, and we do a lot of our voicing in-house, which we'll see in a little while.
Yeah, because it's nice to see that both are combined at the same time, because Walker is two separate right now. They're in two separate wood shop and then their electronics department. But it's interesting because they're trying to move their stuff, their wood shop now into that, which, you know, that's just their consoles. They just do all their consoles, but you guys do, you know, basically everything. Now, do you guys, now, because you mentioned you do just like traditional speaking pipes, pipe organs. Do you also do hybrids at all? Like, do you work anything with hybrid type organs as well from time to time?
No, we do not. We do
Okay.
not build hybrid organs.
Okay.
We're members of APOBA, which is the Associated Pipe Organ Builders of America, and which is the top 30 companies in the country. And APOBA's has a policy of we allow digital 32 and 16-foot pedal stops and percussions, but no digital manual stops. So we don't do hybrid organs.
Gotcha.
When we're called in to service a hybrid organ, we will, of course, service anything pipe, anything to do with pipes, and to a limited degree, some electronic.
Right. Yeah.
I shouldn't say electronic, electric control systems. We're perfectly comfortable with that. But when it comes to speakers and sound production, that's not.
You leave that to the other professionals.
That's correct.
Okay. So you do some work on it, but just not anything.
We do only tuning of pipe organs.
Got it, okay.
Let me rephrase that. Only tuning of pipes.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. So we're here in one of our sections of the workshop, and this is Chris Mills, who is one of our service technicians and lead tuners. Chris is doing retrofitting. This is a client in New Jersey. They have an all-electric wind chest, and they had water damage, and so we're replacing all of their magnets with new magnets. We're keeping the wind chest, we're keeping the wiring, but we're installing new magnets, and it's just easier to do it here on a bench top so we can test everything than it is trying to do it on site. So Chris has been with me how long, Chris?
23 years.
23 years, and you can probably tell he's he's trained in the UK, and he's over here still dealing with electricity in this end here. How many magnets do you believe on this chest here?
There's probably about 140.
Okay. And what are the ohmage ratings on the magnets? Do they look
like? 60 and 80.
Okay. All right. So what's happening is, again, Chris is now has the magnets installed, and he is all sorting out the existing wiring cable harness, and which we're retaining. And now he's going to basically dress all the wiring ends and attach them to the magnet. These toe boards have additional magnets already laid out, and so they're all lined up, and then they'll be assigned to to go on the wind chest as needed.
Nice. So these are just waiting to be.
Yeah, they're going to go on just like what Chris has over there.
Got it.
So I mentioned earlier, with any new instrument that we build, one of the key components, of course, is good design and engineering. So Mark Tenrero is in charge of the engineering department. I'll let you poke your head in there and see what he's doing. Mark is doing CAD engineering, and he's working on a project in Houston. You can go look at the screen there. I'll just show you what he's up to.
Oh, very nice.
And he's doing a layout right now, and I believe winding.
Almost.
Okay.
Yes.
So the heart of our operation is the wood shop. And we mentioned about the wood shop in building new instruments, with doing consoles, wind chests, and what have you. So this is our wood shop, and we're quite proud of it. We have talented people working here, and we try giving them the right tools and equipment to do their job. And so we'll do a quick pan around, and then go over, I'll talk to John and Richard over here, see what they're doing. So John here is getting ready to put a hole here in the side of a panel. This is part of our 1898 hook restoration. We're adding a new blower to it. So we have to have a way to get the wind into it. And so he's having to do a modification of one of the side case panels.
This is the one that's in Philly, right?
In Philadelphia, that's correct. Yes, yes. And then Richard over here is gluing up boards for offset chest. Okay. These are new electric chests that we built for our client in Houston, and right now they're all finished. They have bottoms all. The chests are now upside down, and so they're just simply awaiting for the magnets to be installed. But our standard construction, as I say, if you look on the end here, this is the toe board. Standard construction is quarter sawn butcher block, where the wood is turned a quarter so that the dimensional lumber stays very stable. And with butcher block, we don't have to worry about boards warping or getting too wide. And so it's a stabilizing
so
factor.
temperature-wise, it doesn't harm it with temperatures rising
Correct.
and falling. Yep.
Correct. Temperature and humidity.
Yep.
So this will be very stable. Houston, of course, is kind of can be a wet area.
Yeah.
So, but these are again the new wind chest for this project in Houston.
How big is that one? How big is that organ?
That organ is going to be 24 stops.
Okay.
24 stops. Yes. So it's a grate, swell, and choir, and part of the grate is enclosed with the choir. And we're reusing pipe work from their previous instrument in this case.
Got it. So I guess you guys went and picked that stuff up and then
That's right.
Here. Okay.
That's right. And I should go to say that more and more projects are coming along now where we're using heritage pipe work versus new. I have no problem with that at all. We have a very good supply, I call it the wine cellar, of heritage pipe work. We only keep the best materials of the best builders that we can. This gives us an opportunity to use quality materials as well as good artistic results that we can. So builders like Hook and Hastings, Roosevelt, E.M. Skinner, Alien Skinner, things like that, we often use in many of our new instruments as well as rebuilds. But new instruments, there is a need to use heritage pipework. It's just a better use of resources.
Right. Now, is this part of the same?
All part of the same. Yeah. This is all these wind chests are made out of poplar, and poplar is very plentiful in Pennsylvania. Yes. So we're happy to use native hardwoods.
I mean, and probably can't see this on camera, but this thing it's very smooth, and
so you can see. Nice. On this end, all these toe boards were drilled. The guys made the toe boards. All these holes were drilled with the CNC router. And we put little things on the end, like certain notes are identified. Even the stops here are identified as put in with the router. Looking for, there's a C13 is there.
Very nice.
And
of course it's named.
Named right there, yes. So that's an 8-foot Gemshorn. Notes 9 to 61 is right there. And the principal is 9 to 61 also.
These holes are for the backboard, to hold the backboard.
Very nice. Very nice. Yeah, it's very well made, very high quality.
Thank you. And these panels do have lifting bottom boards so that they're easy to maintain.
Right, yeah.
Since we do a lot of service work, we're also very cognizant of organs we like working on that are easy to service and organs that are hard to service. And so we always try to make things easy for the service person, because old organs were built in the days when materials were expensive and labor was cheap. And today labor is very expensive.
Right. Yeah.
So as we walk across the shop, we're starting to see elements of the 1898 Hook and Hastings restoration we're doing. These are facade conductors. There's quite a lot of it. And they're all being cleaned and sorted out. And these are the swell block panels that have been cleaned. This is the open wood from the Hook and Hastings organ. Of course, another wind chest from our job in Houston. You see standing up.
So how many of those in total do you have? I guess because they're all done, I guess, at this point. Are you still making more for that?
All of the primary wind chests are done. We still have the offset wind chests to build. We still have, of course, the magnets put in. The pipes are in process now. the swell boxes have to be made for the project as well.
Okay.
All instruments, when it's a complete project, are set up in the shop and tested. We find this is an easy way to make sure of quality control and to make sure that the installation goes smoothly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it kind of looks like kind of almost looks like a replica of the one at St. Luke's in Ferndale when we did an organ there. It was a 13 rank. I don't know if you saw that video. It almost looks exactly like it in a sense.
Well, it's a mechanical action organ.
Right, mechanical. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was not easy to get into. I will say.
No, that's right. That so Ferndale, that was Samuel Bowler.
Yes.
We take care of that organ.
Oh, you guys do?
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. Big walnut case.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's in original condition for the most part. This has been all refurbished and new key action for the most part. And
very nice.
so if you want to look down underneath there, you'll see we also recovered the pipe top, the key tops, the pedal board.
Very nice.
Walk around the back and have a look.
So this is all original, and I guess all this is original too, correct?
Oh, it is. Yes.
Yeah.
The oak casework has been refinished. The case is a painted case, and we're awaiting color samples to be completed.
It's funny because the expression pedal on here is wood. The other two that we've filmed that are like this are metal. They're made of metal.
The shoes.
Yeah, the shoes. Are made of metal, yeah.
Yeah. Well, Hook was probably the most prolific factory builder of the 19th century, and so that's the shoe they made, and they made thousands of them all the time, and that's kind of how it is. But as you see, we have new squares throughout, new mechanical key action. The old action was just worn out after over 100 years of use. And we also put new bearers on the organ because we found the old bearers had a sag in them. And so we corrected that. And all the hardware is being polished, and all the pipework has been cleaned and has been all re-regulated.
It's interesting. It's kind of fun to see it, like this in the open, like this, to kind of see everything that's going on inside.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's mechanicals are, when it comes to like recording music with them, is really difficult because all the sounds it's made. But just looking at it and watching as it's being played is amazing.
Sure, you really have to understand that it doesn't just happen by itself. There's a lot going on. It's not the organist playing, but there has to be there is the instrument doing its job, and all organs prior to electricity were built this way.
Right, which is just amazing how that was all done before electricity. Yeah.
Right. And Matt Jones here is waiting for that to come on. So this is the repair job, and this is our repair job in New Jersey. Just built by another company, so we cannot fix everything, make it look as neat as we can. We can simply do, so you can see the key action up there. And then there's a unison coupler, and then a super coupler. Okay.
Very nice.
So this is the pipe room, and I don't think I have to explain to you exactly what goes on here, but there are pipes come in here. This is where all the pipes are cleaned and straightened and sized, and new tuning collars were put on, and basically repaired and refurbished. So when we're using old pipes, pretty much everything that happens to them happens in this department. And right now there's no pipes laid out to show, but we will show you the voicing room when Megan is going to give a little demonstration of what she does back here.
And all the pipes that are in here at the moment and out there are the Hook and Hastings organ, or just
a little bit of everything.
A little bit of everything.
We keep the pipes in pipe trays, and they're all sorted out. And we keep them, of course, but with labels, so the tag indicates what job is for. Hook and Hastings, 1781. Swell, violin, diapason. These pipes have been cleaned and repaired. They've not been collared or sized or fitted and voiced.
Okay.
The solutional here has had no work done to it, indicated to that. And then this is another job in Houston, has a box humana, nothing's happened to that, so that has to still be processed.
Very nice.
So, Megan, why don't you just tell us what you're working on, just generally what you're doing?
Okay, this is a rank for the St. Joe's Preparatory School. This is the 8-foot swell solutional, and right now I'm just doing some remedial voicing, making sure everything speaks to its potential. These pipes are fairly old, so it's pretty tedious, just getting them regulated and you know, making sure all the toe holes line up and everything sounds really even. So, and you can see over there some pipes I've already finished. I can play those for you. And this is just the middle octave of the 8-foot solutional. So once I get everything, you know, the geometry of the upper and lower lips and the toe holes all correct, I put everything on the voicing jack and even it out and make sure it all tunes. So,
very nice.
And then I can show you how we voice a pipe from scratch, if you'd like.
Yeah, that would be cool.
So over the years, after 100 years, pipes tend to sag a little bit, and so we have to do a lot of corrective geometry. They're not being revoiced; they're just being put everything back into alignment.
Right.
We can do revoicing, but that's not the scope of this particular project. This project was to put it back into, as it were. Now, our job in Houston is there's a combination of old pipe work and new pipe work, and so what Megan's going to show you is just how she cuts a pipe up to make it speak.
So this is a brand new pipe, unvoiced from the pipe maker. Lately we've been getting our pipe work from Shires in the UK. So this is just a regular principal pipe. I believe, yep, it's note C. So what I do is everything, the pipe has been made to a certain specification for what we need the tone to be in the organ it's going in. So based off that, I know that the cut up, which is the distance from the lower lip to the upper lip, needs to be about 2/7. So I will take, and the 2/7 is 2/7 of the mouth width. So this distance from corner to corner. So I can set this for 2/7, and I'll measure this. And on the other side, it will give me that proportion. And I mark the pipe just like that. And then what we do is just cut away this metal up to the nice line that I've made. So that looks pretty even. And then we'll clean it up a little bit. Okay. So we've just changed the distance from the lower lip to the upper lip and took some of that metal away. So we'll see how it sounds. So that's really how we make it speak. And then there's some refinement to get that grittiness out of it. And that we can do with some light nicking, which is just, I'm going to take this tool and make some little tiny marks on this piece of metal that's inside there.
Okay, I see that there.
Like I said, very tiny.
Yes.
And that really took away some of that gritty tone. So that's probably where I'd leave it for right now until we get it on the voicing jack and regulate some other parameters.
Very nice.
Okay.